Hey, can fold. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. So we about to what? Break bread right now. So look, as y'all see the title, man, people will blame you for everything. If you let them, if you let them. Now let's talk about ways to avoid putting yourself in said situation, as well as if you find yourself in said situation. You feel me? How to address it. So, if you find yourself in said situation, how to address it is remain calm. Don't commit to nothing. You feel me? There's an alignment that must take place for every decision that we make. So, whether this alignment is short lived or this alignment becomes something that's divine, that you see, dang, hold on, this connected to this and this connected to that. No different than when you say the other word that sounds similar to divine. Divine. Or you say a phrase, divine. You feel me? A vine is connected to a series of vines. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it becomes like a chain of command. You feel me? Or like a chain link, because it keeps on extending. But even with that, like I said, dealing with people looking for somebody to blame. Okay, the way to avoid being in these type of sad situations is to address every situation properly. Now, to me, addressing every situation properly in these days of time would be assessing whether or not this is really, my issue, or is this something that somebody's trying to get me involved in because they know how my energy is and how I would stop at nothing to resolve, said issue. So some people will blame you in order to get a rise out of you. So many words in so many ways, you become the scapegoat. You become the scapegoat. As well as an easy distraction to keep them from doing what they gotta do. They can easily sit back and look at you. Sit back and look at you. And in so many words, it's the same relationship we've been programmed to have with people. We've been programmed since the inevitable slavery that our ancestors survived and was able to triumph so we can come into existence through. We've been programmed to have an estranged relationship with the people that we choose to assist or work with. Because the same people that we helped build this country were the same people that mistreated us. So you have a lot of people who are programmed to only deal with people from a standpoint of mistreatment. So if you are one of the people that are in turn being mistreated in order to basically prompt a rise or to get you to do something for the next person that you may despise, or you might not even have no ill feelings for, it's just the simple fact that over time of this person constantly throwing you off of your path, constantly utilizing your resources, even if just as in the simplest form of using your energy, draining you of your energy. I know some people that'll get mad at you because you don't want to hear their nonsense. Or you don't want to sit there and indulge in complaining about life. When truth be told, the same amount of energy, the same amount of time that you spend complaining about life, you could be spending fixing said problems. When truth be told, that's how it go. It's gonna be hard for you to resolve a problem when you vague and knowing what the problem is. But as a lot of us are professional problem finders, no different than how people utilize stud finders, uh, metal detectors. You know, a lot of us have become so great at finding the problem to the point we we have no room to sit here and say, "Well, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what the problem was." Within a question is the answer. Within a problem is the answer too. So for a person to act as like they don't know what to do, it's crazy. It's down there baffling to me. Other than one would just like to make an excuse to blame you or to drain you. I sitting there worrying you about things that they ain't finna do for themselves. They ain't finna do for themselves. So I would encourage you to not waste your time spinning your wheels with somebody who obviously prefers to do that with their time. They prefer to spin their wheels, let them spin their wheels. Anybody know what these joints is? Let me know. Let me know what they is. Cause as y'all see this little pocket right here, I snatched up some, but I ain't did nothing with them yet. I ain't did nothing with them yet. But y'all see that slug over there getting it in on that one? That shit probably something serious. That shit must be something serious. But that slug probably over there getting lit. And that's what I've been seeing all over the mushrooms the whole time anyway. Slugs. And slugs know how to get that nutrients from the mushrooms, obviously. Like I said, family, you know, when it gets to the point we know what our problem is, but we just refuse to acknowledge it, you know there's an inevitable consequence coming. Because here it is, life giving you an opportunity to make the necessary changes by showing you the signs. But instead of you taking advantage of the opportunity, you rather blame the people that are around you in these times as to say it's their fault while you going through this. You know, no different than a lot of us coming up. We recognize that people usually hurt those that are closest to them. That's who they usually hurt. And kind of find out as well, those people usually hurt those closest to them because hurt people hurt people. So it's best for us to be able to read said people. You know, it'll be a lot easier for us if we had the wherewithal, like we was talking about yesterday, the wherewithal to notice the signs when people have different things on their mind and how to address. You know, when people have these different things on their mind that needs to be addressed. Needs to be addressed. And there's no way you nor I could downplay it enough to make it not exist, not only just to us, but to those that are complaining about the issue. You know, I remember being a kid listening to Brenda's I Got a Baby by Tupac Shakur. And he would say, at the Money B, would say, man, that's Brenda's family problem. You know, that's left up to Brenda's family. Pac say, well, let me show you how this affects the whole community. Let me show you how it affects the whole community. And that's basically what we talking about, family. As much as, you know, some of us would be like, man, let's just go on. I got my situation straight. Let us move from there. Let me show you how this affects our whole community. Because there is no common unity, then you find yourself in a state of disagreement or disarray with everything that comes your way. And who want to live in a situation where everything around them disagrees with what they stand for? You know, to me, and notice I always say to me, that would be the essence of living a lie. Because I would hope that you get to the point that you can see these things, but truth be told, even if you don't, the truth does not need you to acknowledge it for it to be true. You know, it would be smart on your part. What's up with it? It'll be smart on your part to do what's necessary to be able to understand the truth that's being revealed to you. And shout out to you, Jimmy. Got that Jimmy in your eye. That's why they call him Gemini. Yeah, bro, we just basically building on how to avoid people blaming you for their life, as well as how to check oneself to where you don't feed into that or set yourself up for the kids. You know, too often we be trying to help people who don't want help. And after so long, you pressing the issue, now they like, you part of the issue. You feel me? You know, I always talk to my people on here, and my people talk to me about not compounding our issues. So, the third reason why people blame you is because they're in a state of compounding their issues rather than being in a state of resolving their issues. So when you think about that, it's just so much easier to get you know? I listened to this one brother, and he was saying, you know, the enemy has always been the enemy. But for a lot of us, we turn that enemy into the enemy because we started lying to ourselves. And so by way of turning the enemy into the enemy, you begin to hate yourself and everything that reminds you of yourself. Only because of the cowardness within you that wants to avoid the inevitable confrontation. If a man thinks less of you and he proceeds to put you in a less than state in front of your family, it's imperative that you proceed to correct said issue. It's nowhere around that shit. It's nowhere around that shit. And the longer we allow for said issue to persist, you see grown-ups acting no different than kids after getting their ass whooped. Not promoting ass whoopings. If you ever had your ass whooped and you seen how your brother responded or your sister responded by way of you maybe laughing or by way of you maybe, having some kind of response that they didn't like, it tended to be, they go off on you. How you doing? It tended to be they would go off on you and respond to you in the way that they wish to be able to respond to the parent that was punishing them. See what I'm saying? So when you think about that type of stuff, bro, what is we really doing out here? What are we really doing? Is we really sitting here so scared to address our individual situations as well as our collective situations that we blame each other? We take it out on each other rather than address the obvious topic in the room. You feel me? And a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're not willing to help each other address the obvious elephant in the room too. When you're not willing to do what's necessary to help somebody else, they can care less about helping you. So they quick to blame you for, oh, no, it's your fault. What's up with it? Quick to make it your issue. Hey, Miss London. Quick to make it your problem. But I'm just trying to point out to you a few ways to recognize that it's not. It's not your fault. And truth be told, you can only create the environment for them to resolve said issue. But it is not your job. It's not your job to do all the work. Because at that point, you only handicap that person. You only handicap that person. For those who've been going out their way to do things with people, not letting them resolve their own issues, and they blaming you, that's why. Because subconsciously, they know you the cause for the handicapping. And in order for them to get said change or transition they need, they have to move you out the way. They have to move you out the way. Like I say, family, this is why people blame you. Because you can't see the makings of a setup. And for the most part, a lot of us think we supposed to save everybody else instead of us. Life got a way of pointing you back to you. Even if the reason why this person bringing up it ain't true. Life still got a way of pointing you back to you. And you should be grateful. I'm grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I'm glad that happened that way. So now I can. You feel me? I love you as myself. It ain't nothing you can do about it. As we are one. We are connected. You feel me? Connect them dots. Then you can respect this. But make sure y'all hit that subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment and say what's up. Cause this is my way of saying what's up to you. Kinfolk. Let me see what they talking about. 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 Pull up a chair, come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. So we just what broke bread right now. Peace within, peace out.